Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. Okay, so quick review of the E-mini S&P 500 futures. Okay, so first things first, as always, top-down analysis, start on the daily chart, see what we can see. So, okay, so the first thing we're going to do is put a rectangle around the last section. So, right, the reason why I do that is because obviously we've got that's our high of this area, that's our low of this area. If we were trading this on the daily chart, we would expect to see a breakout above or breakout below. I don't trade it on the daily chart because it's too big of a movement. If you look at how many ticks this is, I mean, blimey, that's 293 ticks, which 293 ticks at £5 a tick. That is a big stop loss you would need, basically. So it would not work. I trade my account with trend would be 2% of my total fund, and against the trend would be 1% of my total fund. So depending on where we are, so basically at the moment, for us to determine where we are, if we're in an uptrend or downtrend, is by the daily chart and by the VWAP. I use the VWAP. That's not the VWAP, that's the pivot. That's the VWAP, 20-day moving average of a VWAP, and to me this is at the moment bearish, so we are in a downtrend. So if we were going to be buying up, I'd be reducing my account to 1% of the total fund per trade. If I was going with the trend, so the trend is bearish, if I'm going with the trend, I'd actually be at 2% of my trade account. That's how I like to do it. With trend, 2%, counter trend, 1%. That's how I manage my risk, basically. Make sure that we can keep everything as tight as we can. So yeah, there's no way in earth that I'd be trading this on a daily candle. So we know at the moment we're in a downtrend, but we're also sitting below a 200 EMA as well, exponential moving average. So again, we need to get away from this. We need to either break down or we need to break up. So let's just go down to the 4 hour. 4 hour tells us something different. Obviously got a rectangle again around this area. Again, I put a rectangle to see where the breaks are going to be, so it's clear and obvious for me. We need price to come back down and come back down. Oh, I do apologise. I forgot to mention one pivotal thing for you guys. Basically, we're 3/4 of the way through a Elliott wave. So you've got your 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We could be, if price rejects here, if price closes above, the Elliott wave would be void. If we close below, the Elliott wave would continue. It would still be classed as a Elliott wave. So at the moment we are bearish. We know that because we're below the VWAP. We know that because we've just broke a trend line, big major trend line. We also know that we're looking to be bearish because also we've had rejection, rejection, rejection. We've actually closed prior to the highs of these. So yeah, we're looking downwards at this moment in time. So let's just go to the 4 hour. The 4 hour, I've drew these trend lines in. So obviously we've got 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch. So again, at the moment, based on the fact that we've got all of this rejection up here, we could be on the lines that we're going to reject here and actually push back down again. So same thing, we need a bit more information. What we could really do with is, say if we get, where are we, not that one, if we get this up here, up here, up here, we could have that, or we would wait for price to come back down, reject off this line, come back down, come back down, come back down, retest, oh, go away, retest these support down here around 42.85. And again, if we're looking at where that fifth wave is on the Elliott wave, we're looking at really 4001 area. 4001. So that could actually be back down here. Potentially. That isn't gospel. That's just mapping out the market. So what we need now is even more information. So we know we're bearish on here. We know that we got a potential of a fifth leg moving down and completing a fifth leg. We know on the 4 hour we're at a rejection of a trend line. We know that because we got resistance, 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 resistance. There's a good chance that we're going to have resistance come down and we're going to be bearish still. Obviously, we know that we're bearish at the moment. We're making lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, and so on. That's pretty standard. If we go now to the hourly chart, oh, this can see something completely different again, can't it? So again, we've got big resistance areas. So price, obviously you got support, 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 and then you turn into resistance, 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 didn't touch, and then resistance. So again on here, based on the fact that we've looked at the hour, we've looked at the 4 hour, now we're on the daily, there's a very, very good chance that we could be looking at retesting these lower lows again. So again, oh, where's my little bar gone? No. So again, if we were going to make a move going up, we want to get higher than this here. And the reason why we want to get higher is because that is a, well, let's just say, hold on, hold your horses. Well, yeah, it's the last ranging area, basically. So you'd want to get clear of this. Completely clear. So again, what I'd be looking at for here is if we've got that, and then we'll be looking at a continuation, retesting, back up. That could be one scenario, or the other scenario, which I think would be more likely based on the daily and 4 hour, is actually we come back down, we test the VPOC, which is the point of control, and then we actually trade back down again into this 42.67 area, and we retest, and then actually we have a break. If we get a break lower than 42.13, then we are definitely heading for the fifth wave, which coincidentally matches up with the next pivot. So these are the weekly pivots, match up with the next weekly pivot. So again, that's actually, they're the two scenarios which I think we could be looking at. Like I say, I'm more in favour of the rejection of this resistance area, 44, 25 to 30 area, and then we're going to be coming back down. That's only because we've had what we've seen on the daily and the 4 hourly. So let's just go down to the 15 minute and just see what we're doing here. So obviously I've drawn this trend line in. We've got another trend line. I've made the area of resistance up here. I've done another rectangle again because there's an area of resistance. It's not just one bit. It's, in my opinion, it's between 44.20 and 44.48, somewhere between that. So if we were looking for a buy, we would definitely want to be above this area, 44, 48 area. Because what we need to do is make sure we're clear of the areas, and then what we could actually be doing is having another retest. If I just map this for you, if we come up, we come up, we come down. Hold on. Sorry, I've just done that completely wrong. Let's make it a little bit easier for me. Okay, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to start again. So if we go from here to here to here, if we get that, I'll buy it. I'll buy it on the basis that we've broken out, we've retested a pullback, and if we get a bit of consolidation here, and we are getting what we need to see from the market internals, which is the ad line, the VOD line, and we're getting higher ticks, and we're getting higher closes on the delta, we will then push up and test 44.98 area, and then again I suspect we'll get rejection and consolidation here, and then probably a pullback down again. But with that being said, we need to be aware that the daily, 4 hour and the hour are still looking like they could be bearish. So we could actually have this scenario where we do this. And obviously not forgetting that if we were looking for this final leg of the Elliott wave, we're actually back down here again. So by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we could be back down seeing the 4,000 mark, but we need a lot of data yet to work out where we actually are. So okay, so what I will do now, I'll just go down to the 5 minute because I want to show you this, because same again, we always talk about shapes and we do love our shapes. So if we go from here to here, and then from there to there, we've made ourselves yet again another pattern. Which will potentially break out. We don't know which way it's going to break out, but we know it's going to break out. They don't normally just come forward. They normally, at this point, they will, from here, straight down and retest. Or from here, up, down and then away. But again, like I say, I always keep saying we need a little bit more information yet. So that's where I am at the moment. There isn't a direction that I would say that we're in. Like I say, we need a little bit more information. With the market internals, I'll do a video at some point with the market internals. It'll have to be 2:30 in the afternoon when the US opens, and then you can start seeing the market internals, and I'll start explaining exactly what they are and how you use them. Because although I'm given a opinion of what I think I'm going to be doing with the market, I do generally think that we're going to be in this fifth wave. Everything's met what it should do at the moment to put us in this fifth wave, which is good. Same again on the 4 hour. We've got a lot of rejection on this trend line, which is great. Should be able to get what will happen first though. What normally happens is you think, do you know what? It's going to be great. It's just going to sell off and crack on. 9 times out of 10 though, and actually push up for the morning, and then the afternoon you'll get a rejection and come back down again. But we will only see that play on the 15 and 5-minute chart. So again, this price might just literally roll, 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 and then drop, or roll, 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 break up and then drop. Because this is a pivotal moment, what I've seen the price do quite a lot of times before, just to confuse traders and get them into a bull trap, is price will come, and then at the open, it will literally tank up. Everyone will jump on it and go, well, hey, we're off. They'll all get in the bull trap, and then it will sell off again. But what we need to do is, when that happens tomorrow, we'll have a look at the market internals, see where the tick is. If we're getting positive tick readings, and we're getting add, vold, and positive delta, then yeah, we could buy on that basis. We need 3 to be positive out of the 4 internals to have a buy position, and obviously vice versa for a sell position. But I'm not going to place any trades tonight, definitely not. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me on that one. I hope that was interesting. If you've got any questions about anything I've said, please comment. Please put something in the comments box, and I'll explain. If you want to understand a little bit more of one certain thing, write what it is, and I'll try and explain it. If I can't explain it, I'll be able to show you it, and if I don't know it, I'll find it out and I'll come back to you. But okay, for now, have a great evening. Take care.